Salute, salute. Salute to God, the Most High, the creator of everything, even the creator of the beautiful woman you are looking at right now as we speak. This is a prom picture of my mother, and we're going to get into it. And the reason I'm using this is because I want to make sure that this is as black and white as it gets. Okay, as black and white as it gets. I want to paint a clear and vivid picture. Okay, and this video isn't for everyone. I love everyone. Okay, I'm tired of the division. I'm tired of the race cars. I'm tired of the gender cars. I'm tired of the special privilege because of sexual preferences. Why can't we all just be human beings and love one another and come together under the spirit and the power and the glory of God? Okay, this is getting old, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not even worried about an intro. And right now, I don't care who's subscribing, who unsubscribed, but I got to speak my mind. I walked into a situation this morning as I arrived at work, and I called everybody brother. Okay, I called everybody brother. Everybody. I don't care what you look like. You a man, you my brother. You a woman, you my sister. Straight up. Straight up. All right. So I walked in on a brother, not a black brother, but a brother who happens to be in the presence of a sister, not a black sister, but a sister. And you're in the presence of another brother, a black brother. Okay, it's a shame I have to even describe my brothers and sisters this way. There should be no difference. There should be no difference. We bleed the same, ladies and gentlemen. When we die, we're going to be cut open the same, embalmed the same, either cremated or buried or put in a vault the same. We pay our bills the same. Your car break down, you got to fix it the same. So this is a shame. And I didn't want to do this because CNN and all these other Democratic stations have been doing this enough. And we've been seeing it every 4 years. But now I walk into the situation where this brother who don't look like us and really don't care about what comes out of his mouth asks another brother who looks like me, basically, how come y'all black men don't stay around and raise y'all kids? Why do y'all come up with this term in your culture called baby mama? Man, black men are lazy. I'm trying to mind my business, but y'all know me. Y'all know me. Brother, look here, fall back. Let me speak on this one right here, because A, that was highly disrespectful. B, that is a asinine formulated opinion for you to come up with. Okay? For some reason, your history of us is whitewashed. You can't write black down in a book and learn how to be black. You got to live black. You have to live the experience. So let me give it to you. There's this man called Ben Carson, who is the head of HUD. Okay? Who runs HUD? There's this thing called Section 8, welfare, public housing, Medicare, Medicaid, EBT, that cause certain women, certain black women, to make their minds up a long time ago that they can get more out of the government than they can get out of a man. Keep in mind, black men didn't have the same opportunities. The pay rate wasn't the same. The labor wasn't the same. Hell, they even look at us as men. We was looked at as property. Fell up under cattle laws. Y'all are looking at this woman right here because this is the woman who had to live through it. When the bells rang after school at Manatee High School during her times, her brothers, my uncles, locked her in her classroom as fists started to fly, bodies started to fly, people started to drop and get stomped based on their color. But rather than approach, see, here's the uncut understanding I have. Everybody in the world done been mistreated. Everyone has been slaves or indentured servants or just looked down upon at some point. But you know who's the only people who's been hated by everybody? Well, I guess you guessed it. Because they look exactly like the beautiful woman you're looking at. This is my mother. This is my mom. This is my essence. Had something happened to her during these racist times, I wouldn't even be here. If she didn't have brothers who were willing to fight and understand that there was white people fighting beside my uncles as well for the liberations of people who look just like them. Let's get this understood. That's why I say this ain't for everybody. But for you to have this assumption that we just walk away, that we don't care about our children, but you won't look at these government programs that cause the division that the women signed up for. The first thing most black women do upon a breakup, or when they just get tired of you and they want to roam about like the dogs y'all think we are, is they take their children. They take your children from you. Oh no, you're only child support. And whoever they're with now is going to be the daddy. See, if you want to know something, if I want to know something, if I want to learn how to speak Spanish, I've got to approach a Spanish brother or sister, ask them to teach me, hope that they are willing to teach me. And if they are, from that point, I have to STFU and listen so I can learn. Shut the up and listen so I can learn. Some of the things that have come out of this brother's mouth. Oh, the Indians were treated worse than the black people. Oh, it's not fair. You wasn't there 200 years ago doing slavery. No, black people don't need reparations. Who asked you for your opinion? And no disrespect intended to anyone, because there's love on this station, but I have to make this example. That's like asking the Jewish community, good brothers and sisters of the Jewish community, to go to Hitler and his relatives and ask them for reparations, thinking that it's going to be approved, thinking that they're going to be looked at as being worthy. The reason I am making this video is to show that for those who think we have very low IQs, you have the right to your opinion. But one thing you can't do is change facts. You can't write a book on the Holocaust because there was people who actually lived it and lost their lives. There are still families right now painting from this. You can't write a book on 9/11. You know why? Because there's still real families out here who lost real loved ones who are still painting from this. You damn sure can't write a book on what it's like to be black and or slavery. I've got it in both sides of my family. 3rd and 4th generations. Slavery. Now there's always two sides to every story, but this brother right here seems like he's gonna roll with the story of the slave master. But I don't know a slave master that's ever been mistreated. But I know plenty people who are related to those who were slaves. And those people are no longer with us, and those people are still in pain and still grieving. But I bet you I know a lot of people who can tell this story on behalf of their relatives, their ancestors. You're listening to one. So to say what we deserve and what we don't deserve, to say we're lazy, how are we lazy when we built everything ourselves in our motherland? They can't figure out how to build a pyramid to this day. To this day, the only thing that they really can't duplicate is a real pyramid. And then there's the transatlantic slave trade. And we're put all over the earth as slaves. How are we the lazy ones? How are we lazy? This video isn't for everyone, okay? And I love everyone, but darn it, I am tired of the division. I am tired of the racism. I am tired of people thinking that their opinion has to be your opinion. Their facts have to be your facts. Their views have to be your views. No, God made us all different, including skin color, including language, culture, right down to beliefs. Everyone should be treated fairly. Everyone should be treated with love. Everyone should be treated with respect. It's funny that racist people use this N-word thinking it's cool, right? You could tell them, hey man, how about we fall off from saying that, man? That's a bit offensive, I don't roll with that. I don't get down like that. Well, don't give that word power. You're the one giving it power. No, I'm giving power to your disrespect. I'm not giving power to that word. You're trying to give power to that word. I am giving power to the disrespect you just render upon me. Straight up. Straight up. If you can't refer to someone by their name, then look yourself in the mirror and deal with your racist issues. If you can accept everyone's history, and trust me, everyone was treated. Listen, man, we're talking about the Irish. We're talking about the Jewish community. We're talking about the black people. We're talking about Native Americans. Man, we're talking about a lot of people, man. But there's a difference between an indentured servant and a slave. There's a difference between receiving reparations and still being oppressed and looked down upon to this day. Having to work harder to show you are smarter. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it together. It's this type of disrespect, it's this type of mindset that ruins the world. And you know what? I was glad that there was brothers and sisters in the building who looked just like this individual, who stated their opinion this morning right in front of him to him. And guess who they agreed with? I'll give you a hint just for the process of elimination. They didn't agree with him. They did not agree with him. Race should have nothing to do with it. It's all about content of character. Everyone's history has been compromised. Everyone's story is going to be different. But you can't write a book on this. You have to live it. Don't tell me I wasn't there 200 years ago doing slavery. You weren't either. But there's this thing called generational wealth. The difference between you being able to go to the store and spend $200-$300 on just scratch-offs if you want to, and us wishing we had an extra $200-$300 to cover that bill that's now late. There's a difference when you have people who don't work their ass off, building this country over 240 something plus years, and never received anything in return. See, before you holler, oh, you wasn't there, you don't deserve reparations. Don't we still remember the Holocaust? And that's no shade at the Jewish community. That's no shade. I'm showing you how they try to erase us, how black does not matter. We still celebrate pilgrimage. We still observe that. We still observe that. Honestly. Native Americans, Indians, they got their own government. They got reservations. They got peace treaties. They are their own law. Again, what did those people who look like me receive? What have we gotten? That one unpaid debt to say I'm sorry. For those who say blacks sold blacks into slavery, you're right, but you're telling half of the story. You're leaving out the colonialism. You're leaving out the Roman Catholic Church and the invasion that took place in Israel first, that drove everyone to the coast of Africa to make the Africans believe that it was okay to snitch and tell on these Israelites who had fled Israel when the Roman Catholic Church pulled up with the start of what we now know as religious warfare. Pushing a belief. Slavery, beheading people who refuse to believe. So when they pulled up to Africa and they promised all these tribal leaders, all these people who look like me, hey man, we're not here for y'all. But there are some people who look like y'all but not y'all that we're looking for. Oh yeah, we know those people. What you gonna give us? Oh, I give y'all guns, I give y'all this, I give y'all that. If you tell us where they are. Yes, those Africans sold those Israelites into slavery. But those same Africans in Ghana and from the EFF has come out years ago and apologized for doing so. But America has this racist little, and not all of America, some Americans, let me put it that way, let me walk my words back. Some Americans have this racist perspective that you don't have to apologize. You know, that was this long ago. Ladies and gentlemen, 9/11, and this is no shade. This is no shade. You know, you still running around here talking about remember 1776, since 1776, and we can't go a little further back. We can't go a little further back, huh? We can't go a little further back, because in 1776 there was still a group of people who did not earn their independence. They were still slaves. But yet we the people still celebrate July 4th, 1776. That's right, the Declaration of Independence. We've got to do better, people. We're one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The justice behind this is the fear of God, understanding and respecting everyone's story, everyone's walk of life, everyone's color, everyone's creed, everyone's race, everyone's religion. Just respect it. Just respect it. The only way we're going to learn is to listen. You've got nurses and doctors all across the country. Can you imagine had they not listened while they were being taught how to save a life? The Bible teaches us how to save our lives every day. How many of us listen? So I'm not really expecting too many people to listen to this. But this lady that you are looking at, this beautiful woman whose birthday was just yesterday, she lived through it. She experienced it. Her mother lived through it. Her mother was born in 1926. My great-grandmother, I doubt she was even probably born in, well, maybe early 1900s. My great-great-grandmother, we want to keep going. This is on both sides. So the same way that people who fought in the Civil War on the side of Confederates, they fly that flag with pride because they lost people. I understand. Ain't no shame. You lost family. But understand on the other side of that Civil War, there was also other people who lost families as well. We must never mock anyone's race, anyone's history, anyone's language, anyone's culture, anyone's belief. This is a divisiveness that America wants. And we're giving them what they want. It's content of character. It's the fear of God. It's the love of God. It's we the people. It's the human race. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I love this beautiful woman you're looking at. I love this beautiful woman with everything in me. But before I let you whitewash that history and what she went through and what her mother went through and what her mother went through and what her mother went through, I'd rather tell you the truth. I'd rather let you see it in black and white, just like this picture. We got to tighten up. We got to do better. Again, this is no shade at no one. Because like I said, everyone comes from a messed up history. A messed up history. Racism didn't only affect black people. It just affected us the longest and the worst. And there was never anything received in the form of any reparations. No 40 acres and a mule, no nothing. For what my ancestors went through, for those who were hung and shot and killed and stalked and sold. There's some other things I can say on here, but I can't say it on YouTube. But taken advantage of in a sexual way. Y'all don't believe me though. That's why I always go back to your President Thomas Jefferson and Sally Hemings, who was a slave girl. Everyone's history is different. The first 3 letters in history spells out his. It's his story. You can't change it. You can't rewrite it. You can't learn it from reading a book. We have to listen to one another and respect one another in order to learn and to move on in the most positive fashion. To put all of this separation, all of this division behind us. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know better, then help do better. All right? Straight up. Everybody's family went through something, man. Everybody. But to say who deserves what and to single out a certain group of people because of your views, who the fuck are you? Besides what's wrong with America. I love everybody. And I hope no one's offended from this video. I hope everyone can see the realness behind this video. I hope you hear it in my voice. I hope when you sleep tonight that my words resonate with you, that they turn in your head. They turn in your head. This is what America wants. They always find a way to divide. Maybe we the people need to find a way to unify. But we have to weed out the bad seeds, y'all. We have to weed out the bad fruit, the bad spirits, the segregationists. It's all about love, y'all. God made us all. We're all his children. Get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one with your higher power. And be obedient to your higher power. Stay prayed up, stay blessed up, stay meditated up, stay protected. Stay real, stay woke, stay uncut. Be inspired. Be great. Be you. Ashe.